So this is the interior of this fine hotel. Its history goes back over 100 years, 113 I think, and it's been revamped in recent times. A very, very nice location, 5-star. They say it's the best hotel in Varna. Just to show you the money here, by the way, it's called a leva, I should say. And there's 10 leva, which in euro is the equivalent of that, so literally half. Yeah. However, salaries, there's a great disparity in salaries compared to Western Europe and certainly the Eurozone. So, really to finish off this project, what I'm doing is I've been here on a fact-finding mission. Bulgaria and Romania will join the Schengen Agreement, which open borders for those who may not know, next January.
On the 1st of January next year, the rules barring Bulgarians and Romanians from full employment rights in the United Kingdom will be lifted. This means they can have access to jobs and benefits here and across the EU. Although no one knows how many are likely to or want to come to Britain, the UKIP leader Nigel Farage has claimed there'll be a new wave of immigration. But the Bulgarians, are they really desperate themselves to come here?
Farage's closest political ally in Bulgaria is his fellow MEP, Slavi Binev. Slavi's a former European Taekwondo champion, a former nightclub owner too, who denies an allegedly shady past. He was only disqualified from the World Taekwondo title, he says, because of aggressive behaviour. Yet even Mr. Binev is not predicting a Bulgarian advance on Britain.
Question is, though, is it ordinary Bulgarians, shall we say, or is it really a concern about the Roma community? To answer those questions, I'm going to Brussels now to interview a very interesting man, an MEP, a member of the European Parliament, called Slavi Binev. Maybe that will shed some light. I hope to pose similar questions to the member. So we'll see you then. Slavi, thank you so much for your time today. Yeah?
Thank you.
It's a real pleasure. So, it's just, I thought we might talk today because your profile indeed and Bulgaria's has increased so much in recent times because of the Schengen Agreement, and Romania also if the 1st of January, and fears and concerns are risen principally by your colleague Nigel Farage about a sudden influx in that. And I'll come to that in a moment, but you've been in the Parliament since 2007 and various transitions up to your present group. And I was wondering, why did you get into politics in the first place?
Oh,
it's a big question.
What to say? I come from the business, and I'm one of the successful business people in my country. But in that time, all the successful business people, they are blackmailing by the politicians.
Okay.
I tried to fight with the system, but that's impossible for me. And for this moment, I understand I should jump and renovate and to change the system from the inside. That is the reason I jump on the politics, because the politicians, they hate not only the successful business people, and also the people with the character, which I am. And that is the reason I'm obliged to do that.
Yes, yeah.
I come also, my background is come from the sport, and especially from the martial arts.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's impossible for me to go on the knee and start to begging.
You're a competitive man.
Yes.
Sure.
The noblesse oblige.
Yeah. Do you think that in that regard, because I mean, obviously, I think people sometimes, Slavi, in the West forget it's all very well the transition period, and we talk about the fall of the Berlin Wall, 1991 of the former Soviet Union, that huge transition. And I mean, obviously, a man of your age, you've seen both sides of it, and you lived both sides of it. And I think
23 years I live in the communism, and 23 years I live in the open market, let's say.
That illustrates the point.
Yes.
Do you think that sometimes, because it's my own perspective, that it's that oftentimes when people, you know, the West, particularly in the media, they criticize that transitionary period and accuse people of all kinds of things, people, early entrepreneurs, capitalism, investment moving in. And I've always held a view, just historically, that it's all very well in a country where democracy and capitalism has existed for centuries, particularly from the United Kingdom's perspective, where I'm from. But I think people forget that there was nothing existing there, you know, except a bureaucratic model, and that that maybe that resistance, you know, to change, you know.
the people, they don't know what about the rules of the open market, and that is the reason each of them understand his own way.
Yeah.
That is the reason maybe some of that people they are working against the law.
Yeah.
And like people like me, which have many people working for them,
Yes.
they should be very careful,
Yes.
and also at the same time very strong.
Yeah. Sure. But in that regard,
There is a very small border
Yeah.
between those two things.
yeah. But did the bureaucracy, the Soviet or the communist model, I shouldn't generalize too much, but it was very famous for its bureaucracy. You know, it's just a civil service jobs and whatever, and very difficult to navigate your way through it. Did that change dramatically after the fall of the Soviet Union, or in terms of Bulgaria, or was it still very difficult if you had a business idea to establish yourself?
How I can explain to you, we educated in a dynamic way, by walking. That's nobody can prepare and after it start to be a businessman or something like that. Everything can come together.
Yeah.
The freedom, the open market, some liberty,
Yes.
liberty of speech, and maybe we go on some other way. That's like an archer.
Yes.
When you open the archer, after that, when you put it,
Let it go.
it start to
vibrate.
go on the other way, and after that to be in the best place. But I don't know. We am the people with the intuition. That is the reason. Maybe the strong people, the people from the sport. The people, not the wise people, but these people from the sport with the discipline, they're more successful on this time, because that's a very, very cruel time, very crazy time.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what about the rules.
Yeah.
Everybody have some idea about the rules, and that is the time of the sports people.
Yeah. Just staying with the first question, you personally, Slavi, I mean, so as I said, you've been in the house since 2007, and I know you changed groups and started in 2012 your own situation. But just in general, without the mechanics of it, how have you found your time here? Have you achieved things? Have you found it frustrating in terms of even the new group? Or what's your own political ambition? Where do you see yourself going? So,
I think I'm absolutely 100% sure about this. All the politicians from Bulgaria and all the statespeople from Bulgaria, they should come here and work maybe 1 or 2 years in the European institution, not in the European Parliament, in all the European institution. And after that come back.
yes.
I have the chance to start my political career from here,
Yeah.
from the European Parliament.
Yeah.
That is the reason I am more brave to the other people,
Yes.
because I see the people, when they see something, they just directly say it.
Yeah.
And for this reason, the people in Bulgaria sometimes time to time they think I'm a little bit crazy. But I think that is a normal behavior. And I think all the politicians from Bulgaria, they should have some practice from here. And when they have this practice from the European institution, when they come back, they are ready to be a statesman, or just.
So it's like international experience in a way.
Yes,
Yeah.
the practice is everything.
Yes.
How to implement it, the law of Europe, or the European ideals or something like that.
Yes.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
Without the practice, without touch it, without to work with this feeling and with these ideas.
Slavi, I enjoyed the Channel 4 video. It's there on YouTube for people to see as well, with yourself and colleague Nigel Farage.
Yes.
In terms of this hot issue of about, again, Schengen and the assimilation and open borders. From my own journalistic perspective, I thought the angle that they took on that was probably a little bit. They interviewed university students. Bulgarians are proud people who were quite insulted at the notion that they were going to just lift and shift and go to England and take social welfare. I found that it concentrated, and it's allowed, it's fine, but quite a lot just on the Roma community, and that was the kind of the fear. On camera, you disagreed with Nigel on that point. You said that's not the case. That Bulgarians are proud they don't want to leave their own country, and I kind of agree. I think most people want to stay in their own country if they can. So do you think that Nigel Farage was just sort of, I know you've answered this question in Channel 4, but do you think he was just sort of being a little bit
No, I think he changed a little bit his opinion when he visited Bulgaria. He see with his own eyes there is no danger for Great Britain. Why? Two things. First of all, the Bulgaria is very small country compared to the other countries. The second one, the people from Bulgaria, they prefer Spain, let's say Mediterranean. Why? For many reasons. We are part of that Mediterranean.
Of course.
And the people, they prefer these countries. Great Britain, it's culturally a little bit far from Bulgaria. And the other one, from the other perspective, I think, yes, there is a problem with the Roma community, but that's our common problem. That's not a problem for Great Britain. That's also a problem for Bulgarians.
Yes.
Because that people, they directly on the TV said, pay to vote for somebody.
Yes.
They are directly sell his votes on the TV. It's crazy. You can see that. And I think that's our common problem.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And we should solve that question together. I think I'm very good friend of Mr. Farage, and that is the reason I help him to have the absolutely objective opinion about that question. Believe me, Bulgarian, they are not a problem for Great Britain. All right.
But I'm going to say that thank you very much again for your time today, Slavi. So I say to other viewers as well, yes, visit Bulgaria, buy a little phrase book, learn some of the language, and go and see the place. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye. As they say in Bulgaria, in Varna.
Na zdravie.
Na zdravie. Na zdravie.
Zdravie.
Chin chin. See you next time. Bye-bye.